Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz may have cruised to a very easy primary victory earlier this week, and because he's in a deep red district, that probably means he's also going to cruise to a very easy general election victory in November. But that doesn't mean that Matt Gaetz's problems are over. Because according to a new report from the Daily Beast, 8 different sources confirmed to the outlet that the investigation into Matt Gaetz is not over by any stretch of the imagination. So yes, folks, the DOJ is still going after Matt Gaetz, and it has not slowed down. So even though we haven't had any big breaking news in that particular investigation for months now, it is still happening. And by the way, some of the people who spoke to the Daily Beast are actually the defense attorneys for some of the witnesses in the case. So they're representing the witnesses, and the people working with the witnesses say, oh yeah, they're still going after Matt Gaetz. Now, it's unclear, of course, if these witnesses that are represented by these lawyers are in fact witnesses against Matt Gaetz, or if they're witnesses against other things, because as the Daily Beast reports, this investigation, which of course all came from Joel Greenberg, doesn't just focus on Matt Gaetz or even just paying women for sex. Here's what they wrote. The investigation into Gaetz himself is only one item in an expanding queue. The probe of Greenberg alone has uncovered so many layers of public corruption in Central Florida that investigators have had to peel them apart one by one. Illicit real estate deals, embezzlement of federal COVID-19 paycheck assistance, a local Republican scheme to run ghost candidates, a public corruption plot involving a number of powerful state figures, and ultimately the sex trafficking investigation involving the congressman himself. So, if you're wondering why things are going a little slow, it's because there's so much corruption among Republicans in the state of Florida that once you kick over one rock, you gotta go chase all the little cockroaches that came running out from underneath it, and that's what these investigators are doing. They're stretched a little thin. Also, the sources that spoke to the Daily Beast confirmed that the head prosecutor for all of this is a very thorough and methodical individual, and that he is not going to make a move until he knows he has a rock-solid case against anybody that he wants to indict. Furthermore, they talked about the fact that they don't want to be seen as interfering with the midterms, which of course means what I had already postulated a couple months ago, that we will not see any indictments against Matt Gaetz until after the voting concludes here in the state of Florida. A couple months ago, I had predicted we would likely see all of the indictments come out in December. And I didn't just say that because of the midterms. I said that because that is when Joel Greenberg goes to prison. In the meantime, Greenberg continues to cooperate. But once he goes to prison and is safely secured inside a prison where nobody can get to him, that's when I predict the indictments are going to come out. And I believe, by the way, that day is roughly December 10th. Somewhere in the first third of the month of December, Greenberg goes to jail, and I expect that's when all the indictments will come out. Midterm voting will have ended, so if they want to indict Matt Gaetz at that point, they're not interfering with the election. I think that would be the smartest move for them, and I think, logically speaking, that's probably when it's going to happen anyway. They do not want to make a move on anybody before Greenberg is in prison, of course, because then somebody could come after him, they could do something terrible. They also don't want to make any moves until they have everything solid, because they don't want to scare off any witnesses. They don't want to give any other suspects time to flee once they see indictments are coming. So we're probably going to see a big batch is what's going to happen. But again, the big overall takeaway is that 8 different people close to this investigation in one way or another say that Matt Gaetz is not clear. Matt Gaetz is not safe, and they're still coming after him with everything they've got.
I know what a lot of you out there are thinking. You're thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if you could wear the Ring of Fire logo across your chest? Well, now you can. Just head on over to our Teespring page to find some awesome merch we're offering for our viewers. We have more designs that are going to be added in the near future, so just follow the link in the description or take a peek at the shelf of merchandise under this video. Thanks for watching.